Namaskar to all. Greetings, Gaurav and Nishanth. It's good to have both of you, our alumni, with us today. And we at Focus Assist and Discovering Insights. This is an outreach initiative, media outreach initiative of Sri Ramakrishna Vidyashala. And we're looking forward to both of you for some entrepreneurial insights. We have a big audience, students, well-wishers, who are, many of them are potential and aspiring entrepreneurs. So I thought it would be a great opportunity to have you join me in part of this streaming process so that you can enlighten all of us on what you're doing and your journey here. And those of who in the audience who are following the official Sri Ramakrishna Vidyashala media handles at SRKVS Mysuru will surely be aware of Nishanth and Gaurav, whose posts have been recently featured. And they have made a dent in the startup world, and students and well-wishers are eager to know more about them, more about their journey. So let me begin with a question that I would like to ask them. What should I ask you? That is my first question. What do you think I should ask you? How should I begin with? So over to you.
First of all, Namaste Swamiji. We are glad to be here and interact with you so that we can share our journey with Vidyashala community. Any questions? I mean, that would help the community in particular, maybe the entrepreneurship or our journey, starting with Vidyashala, our learnings, and how we are inculcated those learnings into our current life. Those questions are open. Or any other questions are open?
Yes. So the stage is set. So let me begin. So first, I would like to know, or we would all like to know more about yourself and your team. So we had this group picture being posted recently. So, and along with your team, also I would like to know when you start off with your team or the selection process of your team, you have team members. What traits, what characteristics do you, look at them, and how do you, place yourself among them?
Okay.
Swamiji, here we have a kind of different selection procedure in Settlrs. Unlike people where they take resumes or CVs and select them on the basis of the past thing, right? So in fact, our first 3 employees who had joined us, right, had typically failed somewhere in their previous journeys. Okay, so that was a kind of a motivation for me and Nishanth to take them, because these guys always had that hunger to prove themselves out. So in the first instance, when they got their resumes to us and showed us that this is what we've done, but my education somewhere was stopped because of some family issues or something, we said that's secondary. You will get time to focus on education. We'll support you on that, but make a name for yourself here. You get all the freedom. Even if you make mistake, we are there to help you out. So we wanted to see those characteristics where we wanted to have that hunger in them, whether they can succeed with us. Because as a startup, right, there's no fixed timings of work sometimes. Like we might start up morning by about 9 and end up by 3 p.m. also in the afternoon. But there'll be some calls which will happen even at 8 in the night. So we didn't want to have someone who's working for 9 to 6 just for the sake of money. We wanted someone who can learn along with us and contribute. Because I and Nishanth have the saying throughout. If we become the smartest persons in the group, right, then we end up becoming a bottleneck for our own growth, because everything has to flow through Nishanth or Gaurav in the company. So we always look at that spark or characteristics who can add more value to the company in terms of their own thinking. So these are certain attributes that we see in the people, not their qualification or their college that they've graduated from.
No, that's very interesting, especially, giving that you would like to be a part of the group who are smarter than you. I think that's a very good, graph where you can look forward for growth in terms of company and yourself together. Then if I want to ask you, any 3 keywords which drives home your entrepreneurship mantra, 3 keywords, how do you define your team and Settlrs and yourself? 3 words.
Okay. I think the first word would be street smart. I mean,
okay.
Education comes later. Okay. But the street smart is something that we look at, and Gaurav and I, we have been focusing on that. I mean, solve the problem at the base. I mean, and then step by step you go through. Okay, so that's what we've been focusing. The second one would be knowledge or information. Keep asking updated. Okay, and the third one is networking. Keep
Networking.
keep networking with as many people as possible. That's how you start to learn. That's how you start to know the world. Being in a well isn't going to work. For example, I mean, I am from Gangavati, Gaurav is from Hubli. We had no one here. I mean, very less people. I mean, and particularly this particular background, what Settlrs started, we had none of the support that we had. But we went ahead. We started from step zero, and we started to grow. And that happened only through networking.
It's wonderful. That's so nice to hear.
Add here, Swami, like what Nishanth mentioned, since this would be shared with all the budding entrepreneurs also, right? One thing in life is probably network a lot. So you never know who will be of a help to you whenever you speak to them. So probably me and Nishanth, when we set up our base in Bangalore, right, we hardly knew anyone. Okay. We started mingling a lot with other people of different backgrounds. Today, probably we have more than about 5,000 professional connects here who can help us at any given point of time. And that is very evident even in Vidyashala. Like probably when we joined back in 2004, right, we had another 399 people with us from 8 to 12. And as we graduated from 8 to 12, right, every year we were seeing a fresh 150 people getting added. So throughout that 5 year of journey, we could easily recognize or meet close to about 800 people together. So that kind of networking is also important in your professional life.